Hey guys, this is Rick Zimmer from New Habit. Welcome to the fourth installment of Defense Against the Dark Arts of Mind Control. Last time we showed how subliminal messages are used to condition responses, like Pavlov did with his dogs. Pavlov stumbled upon what we now know as classical conditioning, and his greatest discovery was also made by accident. During a flood, the room where the dogs were kept filled with water. As the dogs struggled to breathe, an assistant rescued the dogs from drowning. Afterward, Pavlov discovered all the dogs' conditioning had been wiped away. This prompted Pavlov to experiment with extreme stress on the dogs. Pavlov then spent decades putting dogs through extreme stress and cataloging the results, which is how he discovered extreme stress induces high suggestibility. He noted that all dogs would break eventually under enough stress. He noted that extreme stress causes behavior changes from passive to aggressive. Pavlov's discoveries laid the foundation for mind control research. So we're all on the same page. Let's define mind control. Wikipedia says, mind control, also known as brainwashing, is the concept that the human mind can be altered or controlled by psychological techniques. I am going to add sociological and technological techniques to that definition. Wikipedia goes on to say, mind control reduces a target's ability to think critically or independently. Mind control allows the introduction of new, unwanted thoughts and ideas into the target's mind. And most importantly, mind control changes the target's attitudes, values, and beliefs. Now we know what we're talking about. Psychological, sociological, and technological ways to reduce a person's thinking and introduce thoughts to control attitudes, values, and beliefs. So, how exactly do you change a person's attitudes, values, and beliefs? If you have physical control of the target's body, say at Army boot camp, for example, you do it like this. Extreme stress? Check. Reduction of thinking? Check. Introduction of new unwanted thoughts? Check. Classical conditioning? Check. The end result is a person who will respond instantly to spoken commands to kill another human being. Experiments on dogs are helpful, but human experimentation provides quicker results. Nazi scientists are probably the most famous for human experiments, but there are plenty of others, including the United States government. After World War II, the CIA's Operation Paperclip set up top Nazi scientists with laboratories, funding, and graduate students at various prestigious American universities. There they continued Pavlovian experiments on rats, mice, and college freshmen. MK-Ultra mind control experiments resulted in a set of standard procedures for creating mind-controlled slaves. Those procedures included ritualized abuse, also known as torture. The objective is to make reality so frightening and painful that the victim retreats internally, breaking the mind into pieces, multiple personalities, that each can be conditioned to respond to triggers and verbal commands. Less extreme implementations of the mind control process are called enhanced interrogation. What if you don't have physical control of a person's body? That's where the psychologists and sociologists come in. You start with motivation. The two basic motivators are pleasure and pain. The carrot and the stick. Some people call it greed and fear. Fear is the starting point because it gets people's attention. Fear of a tiger. Fear of another tribe. Let's call it an external enemy. Can you think of one? Russia? China? How about a magic virus? With a credible external threat, dissent is minimized because, hey, we have to pull together to fight the Ruskies, so shut up, sit down, and listen to our leaders tell us what to do. Can you think of a time in your life when the USA did not have a credible external threat to unite against? Misinformation, disinformation, isolation, and censorship have all been used extensively to change the attitudes, values, and beliefs of Americans, but they don't require subliminal techniques. What is it that softens up a population so it will tolerate misinformation, disinformation, isolation, and censorship? Mass media mind control introduces new thoughts and ideas into people's minds with subliminal messages, so people don't notice or resist. If the TV newsreaders in 1976 announced that men who say they are women would be competing in women's sports, how do you think people would have reacted? If Bruce Jenner had claimed to be a woman immediately after winning Olympic gold, his reception would have been very different. How did they do that? Tune in for the next installment when we find out.